Hey y'all, how are you doing? I'm great, thank you so much for asking. It's me, Kim, and I'm back for another video. Today we're going to talk about why beauty is a really bad investment. Recently I've been keeping up with this scandal involving Antoine Fuqua cheating with Nicole Murphy. And in case you don't keep up with celebrity gossip, and congratulations, Antoine Fuqua is a former music video director and he also directs feature films. And he was seen cheating on his wife with Nicole Murphy, who is popular on Instagram, and she's Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. And the problem is Antoine Fuqua is very married. The paparazzi caught Nicole and Antoine hugged up a couple of times in Italy. And honestly, the word on the street is that for that man, cheating is a pastime because he has 2 extramarital children. But Antoine Fuqua is currently married to an actress named Layla Rashawn. And Nicole tried to clear it up, but she actually made things worse by coming out and saying that she's just an old family friend of the Fuquas, and she and Antoine just exchanged a friendly hello in Italy. But it's like, girl, come on now, we have eyes. And her even coming out to acknowledge that she is a friend of the family's means that she knew he was married. But I have no desire to drag Nicole. I mean, she was wrong, but only one of those parties is actually married. It's Antoine, so he's getting the majority of my scorn. While we all should have been using all of our energy to drag the cheaters, people of course felt it necessary to pull in his wife, Layla Rashawn. Now, if you are not a fan of black films from the 90s, you might not know that Layla Rashawn was a very prominent actress. She was just stunningly beautiful, like a brown-skinned bombshell in the 90s. The role that I know her best from is in Waiting to Exhale. She played Robin. She's pretty much laid low for about 2 decades. We haven't really seen her in a lot. But back in the 90s, she was a gorgeous woman in her 20s and 30s. And now she's a beautiful woman in her mid-50s. But people are pulling up pictures of Layla Rashawn to say, oh, look at how she looks now. Of course he's gonna cheat. And I gotta underscore here that there is nothing wrong with the way Layla Rashawn looks. No, she doesn't look the way that she did in her 20s and 30s, but who does? And people have tried to come to Layla Rashawn's defense and say, oh, well, she had some kids and she has an autoimmune illness. And really, I really don't know. But you don't need to be sick to gain weight. Our bodies change. We get older. Those things are natural. We live in a sexist, fatphobic society, so I'm really not surprised by people pulling up these allegedly unflattering pictures of this woman and saying, oh, that's why he's cheating or whatever. But need I remind you that then people get cheated on every day. Beyonce got cheated on. Giselle Bundchen got cheated on. Cheaters are gonna cheat. I need y'all to check out Esther Perel, for real. All of this conversation about Layla Rashawn and her body and her cheating ass husband just reminds me that people are gonna find any way to blame a woman. Anything that they can do to pinpoint a woman's shortcomings, they're gonna do it. And this is why objectification is a problem for women. Because by pulling up a picture of Layla Rashawn in her mid-50s, and again, she looks fine. But comparing how she looks now as a middle-aged woman to how she looked when she was 20 or 30, people are saying that her primary value, her fundamental worth lies in her physical appearance and not in how she might have been a wonderful partner to her husband, particularly if her husband really does have 2 extramarital children. I just find it to be really odd when people pretend to be shocked and disgusted by very natural things like aging and weight gain. When people argue that Layla Rashawn earned a despicable husband by not defying the aging process, by not looking exactly how she did 20 years ago, I'm like, what does your grandma look like? What does your mom look like? Your sisters, your cousins, your aunties? Are we at a point where everybody, whether you're rich or not, is expected to age like Angela Bassett? Because I know all of y'all can't be living in Hollywood. So what do y'all see around you? Clearly, everybody's mom and aunts and grandmas aren't out here looking like Nicole Murphy. And she is a gorgeous woman. So is Angela Bassett. But it's just not realistic. Could it be that if a woman dares to be anything less than perfect, that our society will do whatever it takes to help men evade accountability for their actions? And I gotta tell you, it is super weird to see men point their finger at this woman and say, well, women have a responsibility not to change. You have a responsibility to keep yourselves up. And I'm like, do y'all realize that 3/4 of men will experience balding or hair thinning during their lifetime? Like, go back in time and find your hairline if that's so important to you. So there are a couple of things here. One, this is why I strongly discourage women in hetero partnerships from being ride or die, because that energy is very rarely reciprocated. I mean, just look at how much more likely a man is to leave his sick wife than a woman is to leave her sick husband. That's real. But two, beauty is just, it's not a great investment. And this is why I really enjoy having critical conversations about beauty and what it means as a system of structural inequality. Because a lot of times, feminists try to be fake about it. Like, oh, everybody's beautiful and it's just how we feel and we're reclaiming it. And I'm like, no, let's be real. Beauty is a form of capital. Beauty is a commodity that women trade for lots of other stuff. And men think that we owe it to them. That's what this Leela Rashawn conversation reflects. But it's incumbent upon women, just for our emotional and psychological survival, to develop lives outside of the male gaze. We have to be more than just the men who want to fuck us. It's quite crazy that we're talking about these people's marriage. They've been married for 2 decades. I mean, married since TLC was singing about Scrubs, okay? A long time. And when her husband gets caught cheating with a family friend, the conversation somehow circles back to the fact that she doesn't wear a size 4'6" anymore. Beauty is a bad investment because in a society where beauty is the primary form of capital available to women, as soon as you don't have it anymore, you're disposable. And look, this is something that my thinking has evolved on tremendously over the years. I used to be so judgy, just ridiculously judgy of women who spent so much time and energy investing themselves in it, in obtaining it, in maintaining it, and capitalizing off of it. If beauty is the first and primary form of capital that many of us know, then it is also the primary form of power that most of us have access to. It's not wrong to want to be beautiful. You get things from it, and there are consequences for not pursuing it. I'll be honest. I'm over on Patreon with no makeup all the time. Shout out to the patrons, okay? But I'm not coming on here with no makeup. Most of us are going to invest in beauty in some way, but the degree of our investment differs. And I'm okay with physical attractiveness not being the center of my life because I recognize that at some point, we're all gonna get older. I mean, even Angela Bassett is gonna look her age eventually. But then what comes next? In many ways, we're at the mercy of the structural inequality that the system of beauty creates. And it is a system, that's important to note. And a lot of men recognize that, and they take advantage of it. And I do have an example. While lurking Twitter recently, I saw some outraged tweets directed at a man named Stefan Molyneux. I don't know who that is, but he has a whole lot of followers, and apparently he has a huge YouTube channel. But this is what he said. Ladies, have your babies in your 20s. Your career can wait, but 90% of your eggs are gone by the time you are 30 years old. Also, 95% of the good men. Don't squander your youth and beauty on vanity and money. It's too long a life to be old without children. The next one is a reply. Generally, family is very kind to aging women. Your grandkids don't care how pretty you are. Women should use their youthful beauty to build a family. It's just that simple. You miss that boat, it sinks forever. Next one. Come on, ladies. You know this as well as I do. All the attention you get from men when you're young will dry up in your 30s, leaving you just another sagging face in a crowded cat shelter. Use your power to build a family, not for silly vanity and free drinks. Obviously, this upset a whole bunch of people, but I think more people than you think believe what Stefan believes. And of course, I don't think that women should have kids just because they're afraid of getting old and ugly. But Stefan is right that we treat aging women like shit. And people who believe what Stefan believes use that reality to try to coerce women into socially prescribed roles. I've experienced recently how the pressure kind of builds up for women once you get into your 30s. But fundamentally, this is a dignity issue and a quality of life issue for older women. Because the beauty standard is still a woman in her early 20s, maybe 25 tops. The beauty standard that we accept for all women cannot be 21. That don't make no sense. And all of this obsession with anti-aging and reverse aging and black don't crack, etc., means that we are constantly comparing ourselves not only to our former selves, but also to each other. And the system of beauty, the one that perpetuates inequality, forces us all to buy into it and spend our free time chasing it and to spend our money on it because everything goes back to capitalism. A lot of us are stuck on the treadmill of body dysmorphia and unhappiness and insecurity and for what? For something that is going to go no matter what you do? And I also have to say that I get that a lot of people enjoy pursuing beauty. You like makeup and you like clothes and getting dressed up and the way that it makes you feel. I get it. I also know that this performance is compulsory and it's not a real choice until you can choose to opt in or opt out and not experience serious life-altering consequences. And I've been trying to think for a minute, how can we reclaim that power? How can we create better lives for ourselves? And I guess one way is to completely divest from it. Just say you don't care. You don't care if people are going to view you differently by you choosing not to opt into this system and wearing the makeup and doing the hair and all of this stuff that is a compulsory performance if you're a woman. But divesting is really hard. And there's just so much coercion, both interpersonally and structurally. And I recognize that we gotta be real. Most of us are not divesting. I'm not coming on here with no makeup on, okay? I'm just not gonna do it. Most of us are gonna play the game. So I do think it's critical to think about what comes next. You know, Ronnie in the Players Club said, use what you got to get what you want. And so, I do think that for most of us, the best option, or the option that we're most likely to choose, I don't know if it's the best, is use your position within this system to set up your life in a way so it won't matter so much later. I think that that's what somebody like a Tyra Banks has done, where she's used her career as a runway model and then as kind of like a sexy Sports Illustrated model to create all kinds of businesses and television production. And she had that makeup line and she's doing all kinds of stuff so that once that commodity, that capital that you used to have, once it kind of wanes, you have an opportunity to just be free and do what you want. And maybe you want a family. That's fine. But you shouldn't be coerced into that. You shouldn't be forced into that because, you're going to be old and ugly. Nobody's going to want you. Maybe the life that you want to set up for yourself looks like, I don't know, living happily with your 5 cats or building a business or whatever. I think it is critical for women to imagine a life beyond beauty because most of us are just not going to reap appreciable returns on the amount of time and money and energy that we invest in pursuing it. When it comes to this stuff, I go out of my way not to be preachy because it's hard. Life is difficult and messy. And also, I'm trying to figure it out too. I don't have the answers. I say this all the time. I am in this maze too. But I certainly think that being mindful helps. I think that it's useful to critique it. I just want all of us to be happy and fulfilled and free. So how are we going to get there? And I just don't think that pouring ourselves into that thing is it. We see how women who used to be beautiful are treated. We see how they're ridiculed and maligned and sidelined. It ain't worth it. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of y'all disagree with me, so feel free to share it in the comments. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, sign up for the email newsletter. I appreciate all of you who've bought merch. Thank you so much. And finally, I appreciate all of the patrons. Sign up for the Patreon. That's where I upload all of the bonus content. I've been really good this summer. I've been doing a lot this summer. Thank you all for supporting it, for commenting, for suggesting things for me to talk about over there. Thank you. I will put the link down below. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.